Hello and welcome to amipal, the #1 place on the internet for the sweetest Amiga content. Now, my machine in the background here is an Amiga 1200 with a Blizzard 1230/4 accelerator card in there. One of the features that has is a map-ROM feature, which you can tweak with something known as Blitzkick. However, one annoyance that I have is every time I move my SD card from this machine over to my Mac to transfer files, the startup sequence, as soon as it gets to Blitzkick, well, throws an error because obviously it can't find the hardware that's installed. But I think I found something to fix that annoyance, and I'm going to share it with you because if you've got any kind of custom hardware that also requires some form of software or driver or whatever at the start that always throws up an error whenever you try and get into it on emulation, this might help you too. So let's have a look. So Workbench 3.2. So booted into Workbench 3.2. I've downloaded a file from Aminet called SniffEmu. So what I'm going to do is open a new CLI, LHAX. I'll provide you a link to LHA installation because it's one of the most crucial things you install if you're going to download software for the Amiga. And we point it at RAM. Don't need any of that anymore. So, SniffEmu. Here we go. 3 files in there. There's the source code, the executable itself, and a README. So basically what this does is tell you whether or not it thinks you're running on an emulated environment. So what I'm going to do, here's an example of what you could potentially do with it. What I'm going to do is just pop the executable file into C, where it can be found. Done. Okay, and then I'm going to go to my startup sequence. Be good if I could find it, wouldn't it? Here it is. So this is using the text edit from Workbench 3.2. Now, here's my Blitzkick. You can see with this text edit that it does kind of context sensitive colouring for it. So if I remove that, it becomes black again. So this is my Blitzkick line. I chuck it a kickstart, I border blanket. Hence why sometimes you'll see my Workbench having a black border around it and sometimes not. And when it doesn't, you just get the grey one. And that means Blitzkick isn't running. SpeedROM just speeds a few things up, and no click. So I don't get any clicking from my floppy drive, which, did you hear that? Yeah, it's clicking at the moment. So I've reinstated that. Move that up a bit. So we'll do C, SniffEmu, UAE, now. If warn. Go UAE. And we'll close off that if there. Now I'm questioning whether or not it actually supports if and if, because all I'm saying is it. Oh look, no, it does. Okay, so we'll save that, and then we'll just test on here with the old Vulcan Death Grip of Control Amiga. Okay, that's the first reboot, which it does when it detects the Blitzkick and runs it. So that's a plus. I've tested it on here and it's already decided that it's not emulated. And so we're running actual Amiga hardware. And as you can see, that border blake's now come in. It's now black around the outside. And there's no click. Look, I'll tell you what, I'll move my microphone. Any click in there? No? Good. We are in agreement then. So, there you go. There's an annoyance fixed. I'm going to go and test that on UAE now and just confirm that. But otherwise, that is it. So, this is FS UAE launcher. Probably need to update it. But anyway, works fine. This is one of my emulation profiles that I've got that uses the connects to my SD card, shall I say. So let's start the emulation. Usually takes a while here, so that's fine. And there's our message, UAE environment. So SniffEmu has detected that this is an emulator. It's given us that message and it hasn't run Blitzkick, and hence I can hear a tick 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 of the emulated floppy drive ticking away in the background of the emulation. Obviously I only really put that message in there just to see that it's being picked up, that it could be tested. I now know it works, so what I'll probably do is just remove that altogether so I don't get the CLI popping up, and then we'll just have a boot straight through for both the Blizzard system and the emulator system. Cool. Well, let's wrap this up. Well, that was a quick one, wasn't it? I just want to thank BTH Labs for their work on SniffEmu. Very simple tool, but one that probably a lot of you may find very helpful. It's very rare that your emulated environment will be set up exactly the same as your real hardware environment. So I can imagine I'm not the only one to experience these kind of frustrations. And believe me, I've had this frustration for a long time. You know, I know I've only recently installed Blitzkick. I say recently, it must have been on there at least 2 years. But I've been putting up with it for 2 years and I didn't need to. So thanks guys. And thanks for watching. Cheers.